So this maybe seem a little kind of general here, but I think you're all going to have your own kind of angles on this. So Joe, let's say you're talking to somebody who's thinking about taking the exams. What's your general advice? How should they go about it? What would you recommend?
Say just start by scheduling an exam and then just kind of jump into it. Worst case, you fail, and then you know more about the exam. It's one of those things that I like Megan's approach, where you just take them all and see what happens. And worst case, you have to do it again, but you know so much more about the process and what to study and what not to study. And I think that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, there's nothing like staring down the idea that you've already paid a few $100 to take this thing,
Mm-hmm.
to motivate you to actually do it. I know a lot of folks who they don't actually do that, and they just sort of conceptually are studying for the exams. There's a big difference, at least in my experience, of sort of conceptually studying for the exams versus like, oh shit, I have 2 weeks before that exam's going to start. Really, I can't go out with you this weekend. I have to study.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think that's awesome.
And even just having creating a schedule too, creating a schedule when you want to take each exam, and then just sticking to it. Just hang that schedule up at your desk of your office and always look at it and use that as a motivator too.
Yeah. Okay. Megan, how about you?
So I would say that for 5.0, I would just lay out the timeline, and especially if your firm pays for your tests, schedule all of them. Like you said with the conceptual, like I had been conceptually studying for 4.0 structures from like August of last year through whatever, I guess till February when I took the 5.0, because I never actually did it. So I never actually was motivated to really do all that much studying.
Right.
And I also found, like, I have a couple friends that started taking tests and they got stuck in that loop where they get discouraged. So I think if you have the ability to, I would lay out the timeline you think you need, whether it's a month for each test or whatever it is, and I would schedule all of them. So that way you don't have a choice if you fail the first one, you don't get to go, oh, I failed. Well, I've got to wait 60 days anyway. And then it kind of just starts that spiral of procrastination all over again.
Yep. Kate, how about you?
So my professor actually gave me this advice, and he said you should find a rabbit to chase. And whether that's another person who's testing that you know, or a friend from school, or someone in your office, it's find somebody that you can keep accountable, find somebody that can keep you accountable. So you're scheduling tests at the same time, there's a little competition, just make sure that you're talking to somebody else that's taking them, be my biggest advice.
Accountability. That's awesome. Megan. Or did I already ask Megan? Courtney, sorry. Sorry.
My advice would be to make it fun for yourself. I didn't figure this out to the end, but by the end I was having a lot of fun. I was drawing pictures with color for difficult concepts and taping them on the wall next to where I studied, and treating myself to long weekend vacations. And I used the app Quizlet, and if there was I don't know if you guys know what Quizlet is, but it's an app that you can make flashcards, and you can take pictures with your phone, so you could put the term, and then on the reverse side of the card, which is virtual on your phone, you could have a picture of like a diagram that you drew in color, and that made it so much more like a game, like something I was looking forward to every morning.
That's awesome. What was the name of that app again for everybody?
Quizlet, like quiz, L-E-T.
Yeah, that's awesome. Quizlet app.
And then you can do it anywhere. You can just, anytime you're bored. I was never bored for a year and a half because I was always on Quizlet.
That's really funny. Awesome.